my mom and dad would often talk to us about my dad's experiences in law enforcement during his career. He worked for the Police Bureau from 1950 to 1983. And I know this subject, especially right now, it probably is a little polarizing, it's a little tense. I know there's a lot of community relations issues between the police and minority communities. But my dad was working a walking beat in lower southeast Portland in the 1950s. And with several other officers. My dad was the only black officer in this group. And when he was working, a lot of those businesses, he could not be a customer of. He couldn't purchase food, he couldn't purchase services, he couldn't purchase any products. But there was an expectation for him to come to those businesses when there was a theft or a shoplift or a robbery or something like that happened. When my dad talked about that, you could still tell it really pained him. It was really hurtful. And I think we know that that was a part of our history. But on the positive side, which is kind of the reason why I share this story, with every negative, there's always a positive. On the positive side, those white officers that he worked the walking beat with, they informally protested against those businesses. And they said that if my dad couldn't attend and be a customer, then the police would not be responding to any calls in those businesses. And when my dad talked about that, you could just tell he was so proud and he felt so good about the men and women that were working for the Portland Police Bureau. I think stories like that is what really pushed my brother, myself, and my sister to want to be a part of this organization, which in my opinion, I believe is one of the best organizations in the country as far as police work. And I think with our current leadership and some of the things we have in place, I think we've got a chance to even get a little bit better. But with that story, what I remind us all of, which we know, is no one person, no one group, no one culture has ever been able to make any progress on any major issue by themselves. It's us coming together, all of us coming together, is how we move the needle. So in closing, I want to thank all of you for coming here. I really, really appreciate it. This means so much to me. It's kind of bittersweet. I've loved my career. I've enjoyed it. But it's been 29 years and I'm ready for a change. So I'm ready. I've been on vacation for the last couple of months, and my daughter and Robert has shown some of the fun stuff that we've been able to do on vacation. I'll be on vacation for a couple more months, and then I'll start working over at the district attorney's office. So I'm just retiring, right? I'm not nothing worse than that. So I'll be over at I'll be over at the DA's office, and you know, I consider all of you my family and friends. Please feel free to swing by. I'll buy you a cup of coffee. But my closing comment is that while I know it took a lot of people to working together to bring this event, this ceremony, and talking with Robert, there's a few people I want to recognize. One is Christy Brandt. Christy, can you raise your hand?